Hello there, kia ora. Look, it wouldn't be a weekend in Aotearoa if there wasn't at least some race baiting being done on some level for clicks by one of the three coalition parties in power at the moment, and this long weekend was no exception. But to kind of explain this race baiting, I have to give you a little bit of a background in something called film theory of symbolism. You see, symbolism is something that filmmakers use to put across really complex ideas in a simplistic way. And there's a whole bunch of examples of this from throughout the history of cinema, like the One Ring in Lord of the Rings representing evil, or oranges in The Godfather representing incoming danger, or a train going through a tunnel just as a couple lean over and about to do something in the dark. There are tons of examples of this. We, as an audience, we kind of get used to these shorthands. We learn what they mean really quickly, and it helps to add both visually and thematically to a story the message that the filmmaker is trying to get across, or whoever it is that produces particular films. We saw a really interesting example of that this weekend with the ACT Party releasing a video celebrating Easter. It starts off with David Seymour with a bunch of Easter eggs, and then it goes to three of his MPs. The first MP breaks open his Easter egg and finds out that as part of the prize, they're bringing back pseudoephedrine because that's apparently the good stuff, is what meth dealers who make their own product say. Then the next person is another MP who smashes open her Easter egg with a giant book and finds out that pet bonds are going to be a thing. The third is about Easter trading hours. And the reason that symbolism plays such a big part in this is, well, the props that they use. The pseudoephedrine guy, well, it was pretty much smashing the egg. But the woman who is smashing the egg when it comes to pet bonds uses a giant English Oxford dictionary to smash something brown to get what she wants out of it. And then we know that symbolism's involved because the third person who is talking about Easter trading laws, particularly alcohol, uses a bottle of beer to open up his Easter egg. So they're deliberately using images that are related to what it is that they want to get across thematically in their messages. And a beer bottle talking about Easter trading laws makes sense because that's a big part of the Easter trading laws that they want to try and change. But when it comes to smashing brown things with giant books about English, that's the kind of subtle messaging and symbolism that they don't talk about necessarily because the image that they're putting forward is a little bit different to the dialogue that they're talking about on screen. They're never going to out and out say, we're going to use English language to smash things that are brown, because that sounds racist. They're just going to show you while they talk about things like pet bonds, which is, a pretty harmless act in the meantime. But the symbolism and what they're actually portraying, that's very different. And that's something that people need to be aware of, because if they're not, they completely miss what the symbolism that's going into the storytelling is, but they don't necessarily misunderstand what the message is behind things. That's what makes this a racist dog whistle in a way. It's a special message to people who understand what it is that they're saying, but not necessarily everybody's going to see it or understand it. So I guess it's really just another typical long weekend in Aotearoa.